What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Acme News, your home for cartoons and cartoon accessories. I'm your notorious graphic artist and animator, Domzilla.
And I'm a podcaster who really loves cartoons, Miles Tales.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm in a light mood this week. How you feeling? You feeling good?
Yeah, pretty good.
Let's hear it. I'm ready to hear how much you really love cartoons this week.
This week, oh man, I thought really hard about this one.
Yes. Bars.
This week, I love cartoons more than Doug loves his outfit.
Reruns.
Dedication.
Hella reruns. Well,
every day.
Well, we got a little bit of news for you guys. This Saturday, right? Yeah, it is Saturday. Man, days are blurring. But how you guys this week, man? Yeah, we got to finish watching. What was it? Lovecraft Country. I hope you guys got to check that show out. The show was pretty fucking sick. How do you feel? You like the ending? How the first season ended?
I'm actually,
Yeah. You like it? I liked it. It was really cool. Lovecraft Country was really cool. And if you haven't checked it out yet, check it out on HBO Max or whatever streaming service you have. But let's get into thine news for this week.
First up, Matthew A. Cherry, director of Oscar award-winning short Hair Love and the subsequent Hair Love series, has a feature film in production at Sony. The film, tentatively called Tut, is described as an Afrofuturistic coming-of-age take on the story of King Tut. Sony Animation president Christine Belson was quoted as saying, "Matthew has a bold and modern take on this story rarely told, filled with magic, music, and powerful themes, and we're thrilled that we get to go on this adventure together." This is actually really cool. Like Matthew Cherry, I looked at his IMDb and he's been cutting his chops. I don't know why I wrote that. I've never said that. I never say cutting his chops, but he's been cutting his chops on the Blackish series. He's actually done quite a few episodes within the past few years. This is going to be his first feature film ever. So, congratulations to that guy. Moving on up.
Look, man, that's super sick, man. Like in like less than 3 years, bro, like you have seemed to like propel up to the top in the animation industry, just in the entertainment industry in general, man. And I applaud you. Like, can't wait to get on that level, man. That's what I'm trying to get at. And I'm excited for your Young Love series as well. So that is sick. Yeah. That's what's up. And the Tut, I'm fucking with that Tut too. But there was a show that was on. What was it? It wasn't WB Kids. It was like some wild Fox Box or some shit like that. But King Tut, like he was a little teenager, and it was like adventures and stuff. If you ever watched that show, but that's what I thought of. But on to the next one. Netflix has a new animated film coming out titled Over the Moon. The film will be directed by Glenn King, who you may know from the Kobe Bryant animated short film Dear Basketball. Which did you check that out? Have you seen that?
Actually, I've never seen it.
Yeah, man, it's pretty legendary. I mean, legendary for a legendary man. R.I.P. all day, the greatest. And will be a musical adventure involving rocket ships, moon goddesses, and pet frogs. For some odd reason,
we watched the trailer for Over the Moon, and just the first thing that came to mind for me was that I wish that they didn't give it away. Like, it seemed like a charming little movie by itself when it's about a girl who's trying to build a rocket ship so she can fly to the moon. But then, right before the trailer ends, a giant beam of light comes from the sky. It just seems to take her to a magical place. And I think I personally would have liked to have gone into the movie not expecting that.
Yeah, the way the trailer ended for me, it was, I mean, it literally took away from what I was probably gonna go see the movie to go watch it for, like, because I mean, we didn't know what was gonna happen, and they threw a lot of information in this 3-minute trailer, and I was like, I ain't having it. I was already done before the end of the video and saw what I saw. I was like, this is bullshit.
But that being said, though, it looks like it's a new retelling of The Wizard of Oz, or it's just a new take on The Wizard of Oz theme.
Yeah.
So, That's cool to me because they didn't just like call it The Wizard of Oz or The Wizard of Oz again.
Yeah. They did add a little sci-fi to it, and I fucks with that. Okay, yeah, that's sick. All right, hell yeah, pretty light week, man. It's pretty light week so far. I mean, there's some good stories, but it's pretty light.
Continuing in the Netflix neighborhood or staying here in the Netflix neighborhood?
I mean,
staying in the neighborhood of the Netflix.
You should have really worked that bit into this episode, like right here in those stop lines.
I tried.
Yeah, I know.
I really did.
Did you really?
I forgot what I said earlier because what I said earlier was really smooth.
Word.
But I digress.
Bars.
On November 11th, Netflix will be releasing a new 4-part animated miniseries about World War II called The Liberator. It will follow the true story of a battalion that included cowboys, Mexicans, and Native Americans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. What's even more interesting is that the series was rotoscoped.
If you're not familiar with rotoscoping, it's a technique where something is shot live, then animated over frame by frame. Undone in the 1978 Lord of the Rings film are classic examples.
The show will be manned by some people familiar with action. It was penned by Die Hard and The Fugitive writer Jeb Stewart, and will be directed by Greg. I'm sorry, Greg.
Greg Yonkaitis.
I'm sorry, Mr. J. Greg John Kashtis.
So with all that said, can we have a big round of applause for Greg Yonkaitis?
John Kashtis?
John Kashtis.
Oh
Greg John Kashtis.
Why couldn't it just... Okay, all right, never mind.
Mr. J.
So my real name is Grzegorz Yonkaitis.
Who was a part of the crews that made Pan's Labyrinth and Sin City.
Word.
So
okay, so what I saw from the trailer, man, was not rotoscoping.
Well, no.
It didn't seem like it was to me.
No, it didn't. It seemed closer to a Scanner Darkly and
or like a DreamCorp. Like a DreamCorp LLC.
Then it did Lord of the Rings. But I guess it's not really rotoscoping. It's just something that they're calling rotoscoping, or a more advanced technique or something.
I would believe that like what I saw was closer to rotoscoping than the DreamCorp LLC was, because that's a lot looser. Like obviously you can tell that's like vector like base colors, like flat colors, whereas they put a lot of time into like putting those filters together and making that into what it is in that show. And I think that rotoscoping shouldn't be the term for it. I don't know. I think there is a technical term for it. Then we looked it up. Right? Yeah, something like that.
Something big.
Yeah,
Trio something. Okay.
Yeah, triochrome. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, maybe we're ahead of the game.
Neither here nor either way, it looks really cool. I kind of liked how you can see the like they made new. We use them all the time, and I can't remember what they're called right now. Not the textures. They looks like they created textures for the show or for the movie, the miniseries,
and then everything is shot and
really good.
It's definitely shot on a green screen, and then everything is like done in like a 3D rendering program or something like that. You can definitely tell. You see it, all of that. You got to know the inner workings, bro. Yeah. All right, well. Moving forward.
Even more Netflix.
Right. Oh my gosh, dude. Like, get out of my face. Big industry news. Netflix co-CEO. There's co-CEOs out here? Word. All right. Ted Sarandos mentioned in an interview with Variety that the streaming giant is planning on releasing 6 original animated features every year, which as of now is completely unheard of. This comes as we've seen almost all streaming services and TV networks put an emphasis on animated material as they've been unable to shoot live action during the shutdown. What are your thoughts on that, bro?
Makes sense to me. And it makes sense that Netflix would be the ones to do this. They've been... If I was Netflix, I have no idea if this is what they're doing. This is all complete hearsay. But, if I was Netflix, then I'd be the guy to go to every animator whose project that I've bankrolled over the past 15 to 20 years and say, hey, we're building up our animation division. Come on over and like whatever ideas you have, develop them under the Netflix name. And boom, there you go. That's probably the best way to do this.
Word. That's the way I was thinking at first, and then I was like, but if they were just running off their Netflix animation, studio, which they just put together, so why wouldn't they like put a lot more emphasis on that group? Then they be running a sweatshop over there. Jeez, like give these people a break. 6 films a freaking year, like oh my god, like I just really hope that's not the case. I'm sure it's not, but I mean, but still, just my imagination wanders. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I think like I like the worst case scenario sometimes.
You just want it to be true.
It's got to be true. Conspiracy.
Like, let's just say, I don't know, Gumball. Like we were watching a Gumball documentary, just really quick. We were watching the Gumball documentary, and they have like 25 or 30 people on their team working on episodes every week.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh my god.
So like, I'm just thinking, what if they have, instead of one team of 30 people, they have 6 teams of 30 people all working on a movie at the same time?
Yo, the Netflix is breaded, and I'm surprised they ain't put everybody else out of business.
They're trying.
Well, you know what? Let's move on.
Oh, wait. No more Netflix. We're out of Netflix.
Yeah, we're out of Netflix.
Wonderful Subs, a blog and entertainment company focused on anime, is starting a social networking platform for fans of the genre and artists working in the industry. The platform, set to release November 20th, will have a lot of the standard features like badges for verified users and will also include artists and others supporter badges.
Okay.
Wonderful Subs is intending the platform to be a way to help keep the anime industry pumping and keep, quote, our little large-eyed friends comfortable.
What?
Yeah, it's all right. I think it's cool. Cool?
Okay, yeah. Little large-eyed friends. Like, could you get any vague? Like, what if? All right, you know what? Let me just not go there. I don't want to go there. That's a pointless thing. Like, why I got to nitpick at everything? Jesus. Anyways, let's move on. Look, I don't have much.
I mean, I'm not gonna. It is a weird way of putting it. I don't know if they're talking about anime characters.
Little large-eyed friends.
Big eyes. Yeah, they have big eyes and like small chins and mouths and stuff. And then
look, we're arguing semantics at this point. I think what they're doing here is pretty interesting. It's pretty unique in its own way. Like, all right, so you got artist and supporter badges, along with verified badges on this thing, and I think that's what's up, bro. I don't. Another platform, like that's not something I'm looking forward to though. Like you could literally just team up with somebody else and knock this out just as efficiently as you guys are doing now.
I mean, maybe, but
like there's too many subscriptions going on.
Well, it's a platform. It's like Facebook for anime, basically, social network for anime. So I mean, unless it's only for the people who are super into anime, the weebs out there. I don't know if that's derogatory or not, but I'm saying it anyway. But good. Cool. It's another place for us to hang out and gather up news, information, and find people who are into the stuff that we like talking about.
A synopsis for the new Space Jam film featuring LeBron James has found its way online. The synopsis reads, during a trip in the Warner Brothers studio, NBA superstar LeBron James and his son accidentally get trapped within a world that contains all of Warner Brothers stories and characters under the control of a malfunctioning, all-powerful force named Al-G, or AIG, Al-G, whatever, I don't care. With the help of Bugs Bunny, LeBron James must navigate through a never-before-imagined world filled with iconic movie scenes and characters as they reassemble the Looney Tunes to rescue his lost son.
You know what? It's not in it's not in the story. We didn't mention it, but the AI, I think it's AI. The AI is actually played by Don Cheadle.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Dead Association. DNA. Y'all haven't watched that? No, y'all didn't watch the music video? Well, we're keeping that. No, we're keeping that take. It's all right anyway. So I feel strongly about this, man. And I feel strongly about this solely because I've had enough, frankly. I've had enough of them literally butchering our childhood as a whole. First it started with Powerpuff Girls remakes. terrible remakes. Like it literally killed the nostalgia for anybody that had that nostalgia. Then there's all these Looney Tunes. Like for one, Looney Tunes is all right. Looney Tunes don't have to do no other movies. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to do that. They have the longevity. Back in Action failed miserably. They don't need to do another one of these. Like Space Jam is good how it is, and you just keep it at that. Like all these remakes are completely like pointless. Like it's almost like, I mean, you see what happened to Jumanji. You saw it.
This is entertainment. None of this has a point.
None of it has a point, but that don't mean like you can't come up with original ideas. That's what I'm saying. It's like don't piggyback on somebody else's idea and be like, oh, you know what? Let's make this into this. Let's turn this into this generation's whatever. Like no, just leave it where it was. Like it was good in its time. Does not mean it's gonna be good now. And I kind of feel like the nostalgia of the 90s is overly saturated at this point in time. So I'm really not excited about it. Like LeBron James, you the greatest, you know, in game, and congratulations and your win and you know taking the Lakers down like all the way in the finals. But yeah, I feel like this movie is not necessary and we don't need it.
Either way, it's happening. So, I mean, if you don't want your childhood ruined,
don't watch it.
Then don't watch it.
Yeah,
but I mean, the thing is that they've been talking about doing a Space Jam 2 for years, ever since the first Space Jam came out. So when they find out that it came out, that it's finally happening, it's like, oh, okay.
Dude, I've known about this movie with LeBron James happening since 2014 when they first brought it out.
Before LeBron James was even a player, they were trying to make a Space Jam 2.
Yeah, I know.
So it's just gonna happen. I can't really be too upset about it. I'm not gonna sit here and be like I'm excited that it's coming out because I'm not.
Yeah, it's gonna be due to water. It's not gonna be for us. It's gonna be for the kids, just like Jumanji 2 and 3. So whatever. Like you said, it's Hollywood, so y'all gonna do whatever the fuck y'all want anyways.
It's only 2. I mean, there's the original Jumanji.
It don't matter. No, it's the third one.
Yeah, no, there's the original Jumanji, and then these 2 are like their own. Like,
yeah,
they're in the Jumanji family, but they're on their own.
Yeah, they're on their own
because
it's like
Jumanji and Jumanji 2.
Yeah, because the original Jumanji doesn't want to be associated with bullshit. Moving on, Miles.
Michael B. Jordan is in the news. We all know him for his roles in Black Panther, Creed, Fantastic Four, and that one movie where those kids found the rock and got the magic powers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. He's going to be producing a Static Shock movie. Static first appeared in 1993 through Milestone Comics, a now defunct company founded by Black writers and artists to help ensure that comics were more inclusive. The character became widely popular in the early 2000s with an animated series featuring high school student Virgil Hawkins, who transforms into a superhero with electromagnetic powers after he gets exposed to a strange gas. Great, legitimately great. It's about time. I have been waiting for a live action version of Static Shock since the cartoon, and it's really strange that we have an entire show based in that world, in that city, on the CW, and he has not made an appearance yet. Black Lightning, in the comic books, Black Lightning ends up mentoring Virgil Hawkins at some point. You know, they both have electric powers. But yeah, like, you know, it's cool. But another thing that Michael B. Jordan, Mike, I'm gonna call him Mike like I know him, that Mike was talking about doing, is actually creating an entire world of superheroes, of inclusive superheroes. So I'm guessing he's going to do his best to take all the names that he can from the old Milestone label and bring them to the big screen, which is really cool. It's about time we got some new developed superheroes out there.
Yeah. And
superheroes of color.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hell yeah. Big Michael B. Jordan fan. I like him. I like him from the movie that you I forget the name of the movie when he had the superpowers. I watched it. And you know, but I have, and most people, including y'all and you're probably gonna slap the shit out of me, but like, yeah, I'm not gonna let that happen. But I've never watched Static Shock ever in my life. I've seen it, I've seen like previews, Cartoon Network, whatever, but I've never. I didn't, I guess I didn't. I wasn't into action stuff, so I was more adventure dude.
It's a damn shame, and yeah, I should probably dig it up and show you what I can from it, but it was just super important for KOCs who were watching TV at the time, like especially those of us who like superheroes. I mean, we're watching Superman, we're watching Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, Peter Parker, and there are Black heroes who appear in those shows as sidekicks or special guests, I guess. But Static Shock was one of, if not the first superhero of color on TV. I'd have to do my research before I say that. But for me, he was the first one that I've seen on TV, and I thought that was really, really cool.
KOC.
Yeah, KOC's coining it.
Word. Okay. Adult Swim Festival is going online this year on November 13th and 14th. The YouTube-hosted event will include performances from Robin Presents Club Domo and Mastodon, live streams from Rick and Morty and Eric Andre, a special edition of Toonami, a performance of Run the Jewels, etc., etc. No, not etc., Tom. I want to know more. But moving on, you can find merch and updates on the stream at AdultSwimFestival.com. I'm excited for that. As you know here, we're all everybody here is Adult Swim fans. And shit, I'm about to tune in. I wonder if it's free. I ain't even checked that yet. But I saw the merch, and the merch is looking pretty sick. So
yeah, I mean the stream is most likely going to be free. This is going to be we're coming into a new territory now. Before the situation happened, I don't think that there's ever been like a
situation. What situation you talking
about? Oh, you know what situation?
What?
The bovine flu. Anyway, before all of this started happening, I don't know, were there live streams or simulcasts of concerts happening online? Like if Jay-Z was having a concert, do you think there was a live stream on YouTube at the exact same time for free?
No.
And the thing is, I'm wondering if this will continue afterwards. Like, will Adult Swim continue to have their festival and then simulcast it online at the same time? I think that would be really interesting. And I think it would I think they're discovering that this whole live stream thing is opening the doors up for other people to get involved, to get more involved in their stuff.
I don't think, well, with the things that we've seen so far, especially like with Comic-Con this year, in the live streaming, events and stuff that they're doing, like everybody's in their own room, so it's not really like any big crazy thing. It's like I don't think it's of course you're gonna stream all at the same time, right?
I think that this is something that's new, or at least, obviously the way that they set it up now, they're not just pointing a camera at a stage, so before with the Adult Swim Festival, I would see flyers for it, see advertisements for it online, but it's in San Diego. I'm living on the other side of the U.S. How am I going to get to San Diego?
Right.
And so with this whole YouTube thing, it's like, I can just experience this show from my living room.
Right. Okay, because it's only on one site.
It's on.
That's interesting. Okay, so yeah, I wonder what that's gonna look like. I'm sitting here thinking there's gonna be a few different segments happening at once, and then there's some different.
Oh yeah, but
okay, that's what I was thinking.
With that, as far as that goes, who knows? Am I going to have to choose between Run the Jewels and a special Toonami night or something like that? I hope not. That would suck.
Yeah.
But then again, it's the internet, so I could watch one or the other whenever I want anyway.
Right. It better be recorded, goddamn it.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be some bullshit if they didn't leave it up there. But you know, Adult Swim is unpredictable, so we're just gonna wait and see what happens. But that wraps up our show for this week.
Yeah. Look, coming up next week, Dom is doing a special report. Apparently, there's a strange collaboration going down. Ooh, find out what that is next week. But for now, please remember to check us out on YouTube, the Fantasy Network, Facebook, and Instagram. Maybe not yet.
No,
but we're getting there. Oh no, Twitter. We are on Twitter though. We are on Twitter.
we on Twitter. We talk a lot of shit. Well, yeah, we talk a lot of shit.
Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, drop a like, hit that. I said like already. Hit the notification bell. Ask questions. Give us any of your queries, concerns, comments, anything you want. Oh, and don't forget, we are running a campaign to raise some money so we can give you a better experience with the show. So help us, help you, help us entertain you. You like what we say? We'd like to dress a little better for you.
Yeah.
And that's it for Acme News this week. Again, I'm Miles Tales.
And I'm your boy Dom Zilla.
Peace out, everybody.